Welcome back to Techstination. We have another worthwhile interview in store. I'm Fred Fishkin, and joining us is Bart Myers, founder and CEO at a company called Countable. Thanks for taking the time, Bart.
Thank you, Fred. It's great to be here.
Well, tell us to begin with what Countable is all about. I think you've had a bit of an evolution, right?
We have had a bit of an evolution, indeed. Countable is designed around a basic concept where can we use technology in a way that will help to make our lives better, in a way that will help us achieve our purpose, make impact on the world. And so essentially, what we're trying to do is turn the tables a bit on some of the recent narratives that we've heard about Facebook and Twitter and Google and others, and really find a way to align the outcomes that people are looking for in their lives, in their organizations and their companies, with their ability to make those outcomes happen. So in practice, what we do is we try to connect people with the issues that they care most about, or through the organizations that they work with, and give them easy and powerful ways digitally to take action on those things. And so we work with a lot of different organizations, giving them our platform. And our platform is essentially brings a lot of elements of Facebook and Twitter, so social elements, together with content and updates and actions that you can take. And so together we really build a community-focused, impact-oriented platform technology. And I'm delighted to say that it works. It works very well. We work with a lot of incredible organizations, and they are helping us each day find new and innovative ways to achieve their impact and mission and purpose using our platform. So these are companies, these are folks in the political realm, these are nonprofits, really anyone.
And you help them create these communities for both employees sometimes and their customers or the public that they want to reach?
Exactly. That's right. We help to create these communities for a really sort of diverse set of stakeholders. We've worked with supporters of campaigns, we've worked with donors, we've worked with employees, customers, partners, you name it.
Very interesting. So there are advantages to moving to Countable over what companies very often do is just turn their content over to a company like Facebook.
Yes, exactly. And you know, they often, and to that point, we rarely advocate that you not do that. There's definitely a place for Facebook, a place for Google, a place for these platforms. But where you bring your audience, typically your website, your email list, your apps, et cetera, we want to bring some of those elements of Facebook, some of those social elements, community elements together, so that you're part of a group of people of like mind who are trying to similarly achieve some shared outcome. The downside of doing that on Facebook and platforms like that is that you really lose a lot of the control that you would otherwise have if it was your own platform. In other words, my audience on Facebook is not actually my audience on Facebook. I have a page, you know, I've got these people who have come and they've liked my page or engaged with my content. They're not my audience. I cannot reach them on my own. I can't get their contact information directly. They're Facebook's audience, and you know, credit to Facebook. They've done a wonderful job there. But for brands, for organizations, and for causes and campaigns, that presents a significant challenge. And that challenge is we need to be able to reach our audiences when we need to reach them, to fundraise, to give updates, to drive awareness, to send out a call to action. And so all of that is really what we're trying to give them. We're trying to put them back in the driver's seat, trying to give them that control back so that they can better engage with their audiences and do so on their own terms.
How has COVID affected what you do there at Countable and what it's meant for your business?
Great question. COVID has obviously accelerated much of the adoption of virtual remote technologies at a faster pace than I think anyone thought possible. I mean, we thought we would be here eventually, but I think you've seen again and again in the press and in our own lives how pervasive technology, much like the Zoom we're using here, has become, and that in turn has become a massive propellant for really new use cases around how people come together. And the fact that they have to do it now virtually has opened up new opportunities and also opened up new needs. And many of those our platform can help to assist with and be a place where your audience can come together now entirely virtually, where we can try to bring a lot of the elements. Certainly can't recreate what it was like to go to a local event, fundraiser, in person, et cetera. But we can still mimic a lot of the elements behind that and give people a place to come together virtually and engage. And again, to do so on your own terms.
What's the story behind this, Bart? How did it come about?
Fred, it is a long story. We may not have enough time for it today. I'll give you some of the highlights, though. Countable started. The initial idea for Countable came to me and my initial co-founder in 2012, and we had recently sold our business, and we were looking for a new project to sink our teeth into. And oh my goodness, did we find one? And we really wanted a project that would kind of give you that fire every day, that sense of energy that you're tackling something that's never been done before, that has intrinsic value, that if you succeed, will be a game changer. It'll change the world. And that I'm thrilled to say that I still feel that today. We didn't really start the company until 2014, which again is still 7 years ago. It's the longest job I've ever had, but the best job I've ever had. And the initial vision was very much what I described, but the initial vision was that we were building our own network. We were going to build, kind of a Facebook for good, and we were going to start that with having actions that you could take from your phone that would have meaning. One of the first actions we launched was advocacy, and it was the ability for you to contact your representatives in Congress and give them a piece of your mind, tell them what you think. From there, we added video, the ability for you to tell other people using video clips your thoughts, feelings, testimonials, including lawmakers. And from there, it kind of spiraled outward. The more engagement opportunities that we added to the platform, the more people seemed to really respond well. And this was at a time when there was, at least in the digital realm, you could basically sign a petition, or you could donate to a cause, or you could click a like button. And that was the span of like marketing, advocacy, and campaigns. And we thought, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way to harness the energy that we all feel in response to, a horrific event like these recent shootings, and a way for us to now do something about it, and to have that something really have impact. I don't want to just throw away my time in action. I want to really be feeling like my time in action is doing good, is having impact. And so that really became our guiding light. We made some pivots along the way. We went from being one network to really many networks, where we are the engine behind many networks that you may use already and not even realize. But that journey has been a long one, but a fruitful one. And it's I think it's a true adage that things that take a long time to kind of build and work through, they stand on a stronger foundation. They have greater value. And so today we're honored to work with Levi's and PG&E and Red Nose Day and Patagonia, and we powered the Democratic National Convention recently. We have our own network, which is called causes.com, where you can take action on a myriad of issues. And as you noted, we work with employees, we work with customers, we work with fans and supporters. Really, any kind of community can use our platform for impact, connection, just creating that outcome that they are trying to drive.
If I'm not mistaken, one of the things that you enabled was for the ability for everyday people to know how their representatives are voting on issues. That was part of your initial platform?
We did. And if you right now were to go and download the Causes app in the App Store, or go to causes.com, if you put in your zip code and sign up, you will get alerts anytime your members of Congress and the Senate vote on an issue, on a major issue. We don't generally send vote alerts for renaming post offices and other sort of silliness. However, you will get an alert notifying you of what is happening in Congress by your representatives. And
the importance of that in this age when so many local newspapers no longer exist or don't have the personnel that they once had, really can't be overstated.
No, it's a real issue, absolutely, and I appreciate you bringing it up. The need for greater local journalism, greater coverage, really a renaissance in journalism, is I think reaching a critical point, and we've got to figure out a solution to that. We through Causes are providing a national footprint with a local lens into what your lawmakers are doing. We would love to go farther. We would love to take that farther. It's something that I'm passionate about. I think there's it really puts our democracy at risk to not have sort of the watchers on the wall, and to not have people who are keeping a close eye on things. And we're experimenting with a few models there, ways to start to build or rebuild that muscle. And I know that there are many others who are also working at this problem, and we need a lot of solutions to it. We need a lot of new approaches, and we're working on it. The biggest issue really has been around monetization to cover local journalism, and the fact that so much information online has been free, and people have grown accustomed to the idea that they can get the information that they want and need for free online, as opposed to paying for a subscription. That is changing with paywalls appearing here and there, but I don't think that the economics have quite come around to work just yet.
Really, really big issue. Back on the Countable side with the corporate clients, you got some attention recently when I guess it was announced that Tesla is using your platform. I know you can't talk specifics here, but that's just one example that they can form their own community for their customers, for people who are interested in the company.
Yeah, one of the things that our platform powers is really the creation of whole networks, and this is why many larger organizations are turning to use our platform. Is that they value the connections that have formed on other platforms. They value the fact that they can have a conversation with their supporters, fans, customers on places like Facebook or in discussion forums. There is great value there. But the flip side is that lack of control. The idea that any bad actor, any bot can come in and disturb things. And so our platform really allows for the creation of a new kind of network for a brand, for a cause, for a campaign, where they can have many different entities within under a roof. In the case that you're referring to, there is a geographic model where each region, each city, each area can have its own club, its own community, and those communities can engage with each other, but they're still under the umbrella of that organization, and that is a game changer for many folks. The idea that they can have and power their own community network, and then bring all of those customers together in a place where they can engage them directly, and they can engage each other. They can participate with each other, and ultimately the flavor of that community can really be focused on cars, or on a political outcome, or on a goal that we share in our community. And so it's way beyond a like button. It's way beyond just a simple action that may do nothing. This in turn can be the engine around you taking many actions, you coming back and participating in this community again and again over time.
Where is it that people can go for more information about all that you're doing?
Thank you, Fred. Probably the easiest place is countable.com. There you will find all of our solutions described in detail, along with case studies and examples, and you can get in touch with us if there's anything that you're looking for. And you're welcome to go to causes.com to try it out and take it for a test drive. And Causes is our, again, that's a community that we operate. And so if you're interested in keeping track of your lawmakers and finding out information from your lawmakers, there's definitely an opportunity there as well.
Wonderful. Bart Myers, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.